Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you, and welcome back to another quick and easy candy making video. Now, I've made several of these in the past, including a crock pot candy, which was absolutely delicious, makes a ton, super easy, quick. Check that video out. I've also made a Three Musketeers bar that contains just a handful of ingredients, and it tastes a lot like Three Musketeers. I'll put a link to that one down below. But the point is, we're coming to the holiday season, and lots of people are making things, edible things, for other people as gifts, including lots of sweets like candies and cookies. But unfortunately, a lot of us don't have a lot of time, but this recipe is the one for you because we're going to be making homemade copycat Reese's peanut butter cups at home with just 5 ingredients. This is recipe tested. I made these for my school teachers, loved them, and requested the recipe. So today I'm going to be making it for you. So I've made this recipe enough times to have a few pointers for you, so I will be sure to include those as well. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to make is our peanut butter filling. Now, what I love about a Reese's peanut butter cup is how salty that filling is. I feel like that is so integral and what really separates a Reese's peanut butter cup from just any old peanut butter cup. The amount of salt. Very salty and of course sweet. So we need some creamy peanut butter. I'm just using Jif. I think it's important to use one of these kinds of peanut butters, Jif or Skippy, creamy, but ones that have a little bit of sugar. I don't think a natural peanut butter would work as well in this recipe because we're trying to make Reese's peanut butter cups, right? So there needs to be an element of processedness, in my opinion. Half a jar of peanut butter. No, let me make sure that this is a cup. Okay, this is still 16 ounces. Thank you, Jif, for not shrinkflating your jar. I'm going to place this in the microwave for 30 seconds and get it nice and melty and creamy. Now, this has gotten a little bit warm. Yes. And now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. 1 tablespoon of that. Just stick your impeccably clean finger in there. Don't be shy. Oh, do you remember that commercial? Get a little closer. Oh my gosh, Arid Extra Dry. Get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry. That's so old. I'm going to add a heaping teaspoon of kosher salt right into the salt. No. Into the peanut butter. Give that a mix. Now for the powdered sugar. And this will make it into more of a dough. Now work this together. Go in with my hands and knead this together. It smells so good. As a kid, I was not a huge peanut butter fan, but as I've gotten older, I've come to really like it. In fact, when I was pregnant with my second child, I craved it, and I had it regularly on a spoon, which I thought was so strange because as a child, I wouldn't touch it. 3/4 of a teaspoon, a little bit shy of a teaspoon, little balls like that. And that's going to be the filling for our cups. So I've rolled out the balls and I have about 36 or so. So if you'd like, you can make big ones. I've done that before. You'll use a full-size muffin liner and then you put them in a larger muffin tin, but only fill them about halfway. You don't want them to be too tall. And then once everything is cooled off, you can take a pair of scissors and trim off the excess paper to make them look a little bit more neater and tidier. But I really like this little kind of bite-size bit. I'm going to place one of these into each of the pockets. And I think in theory, you don't have to have a miniature muffin tin to hold these up, but depending on the quality of your muffin liner, you might be able to get away with doing this just on a plate. So now we're going to need 20 ounces of chocolate. You can use chocolate chips if you like. I would definitely recommend semi-sweet, something not too sweet because our filling is nice and sweet and salty. But I like using these Ghirardelli dark chocolate wafers. I like how these taste and how they set up. They set up nice and snappy and have a nice sheen to them. Another thing I would also recommend is melting them like this. I've got a disposable piping bag, but you don't have to use one of these. You can use just a Ziploc bag. And then microwave this at 30-second intervals like this. This is great because the chocolate tends to melt faster. Mine takes about 1 minute and 30 seconds. And also it's really great for cleanup. You don't have to clean up any bowls of chocolate. Everything is contained in here. And most importantly, it's really easy to distribute the chocolate when it's in a piping bag like this. So here's my liquid bag of chocolate. It does tend to set up a little bit in the tip, so you might want to massage that with the other stuff that retains its heat a little bit better down here. We're just gonna cut the tip, a little bit of chocolate into each of the liners, about 1/4 inch deep. It's more like 2 teaspoons, I would say. And now we're gonna quickly press our balls of peanut butter into each one. Press it in so that it goes up and around the ball, right? So that we have it on the side walls of our peanut butter ball. Yeah, I'm gonna give them a little mush so that the tops are gonna be a little flatter. We don't want a lumpy top, right? Just put a dab on top of each peanut butter ball and it will settle around it, and then we will tap to make them settle. Definitely recommend the piping bag technique. It goes a lot faster and it's just so much easier to clean up. You can fill in any gaps. Once these are all coated in chocolate, I'm gonna place them in the refrigerator and let them sit for at least 30 minutes or until the chocolate is set up. And that's it. Your candy's finished. Alrighty, I'll come back and we'll give these a taste test. So easy. Alrighty, my lovelies, we are back after our peanut butter cups have been sitting in the refrigerator and they look great. Alrighty, as a little experiment, I also made some on a plate without a muffin tin and it worked famously. So you don't actually need a muffin tin at all. So don't let that deter you. There we go, cute little peanut butter cup. Peels beautifully. Ta-da! Perfect little cup. And I'll cut it in half so you can see what it looks like inside. Beautiful. So stinking easy. 5 ingredients. Let's give them a taste. Itadakimasu. The amount of salt is spot on. What I really like is that the chocolate coating isn't too sweet. That's one of my little gripes about Reese's peanut butter cups. Is the chocolate is a little too melty and a little too sweet relative to the inside of the peanut butter cup. This is nice and snappy. And the chocolate is a little bit darker, which I prefer. But if you prefer a milk chocolate, Ghirardelli also makes a chocolate wafer in milk chocolate. So feel free to use that instead of the dark. But for me, so good. These are better, in my opinion, than the Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter cups, which are also quite good, but they are missing that nice punch of salt that true Reese's peanut butter cups have. This one has that salt. Alrighty, my lovelies, highly recommend this one. Super easy to make, no baking required. And yeah, happy holidays. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye. Oh, so tempted to eat another one.